Morning. Today's meeting is focused on Enugu State Government's ban on illegal tolls, extortion of motorists, and all the other illegal activities going on our roads. All of you will recall that earlier in this administration, the circular had gone out and collaborated with the security operatives, banning every illegal collection of tolls on our roads. Today, we are going to now strengthen that and let all individuals involved understand the resolve of government to implementing this. This is going to be a joint action between the state government, all these security operatives, security institutions, the police, the military, the civil defense, and our own enforcement team. And I'd like to share a message from His Excellency regarding this. The Enugu State Government recognizes the pivotal role of the efficient logistics and transportation infrastructure in driving our targets to grow our economy from $4.4 billion to $30 billion and make the state the preferred destination for business, investment, tourism, and for living. Therefore, the government notes with dismay the report of the incessant harassment and extortion of motorists and transporters by touts and hoodlums who masquerade as revenue collectors in some parts of the state. The government deplores the observed extortion and excesses by these hoodlums on our roads. In order to stem these excesses and ensure a free movement of persons, goods, and services, as well as improved logistics and supply chain operations in Enugu State, the Enugu State Government hereby orders such extortionists to clear off our roads, as anyone caught engaging in such activities henceforth will be arrested and made to face the full wrath of the law. All local government areas are to take note and ensure full compliance of this directive. Again, to further improve logistics and supply chain operations and address the challenges of multiple taxation on our highways, touting of all sorts of criminalities committed by non-state actors, the Enugu State Government announces the establishment of service centers at strategic locations across the state with partnership with Heavyhaul Services Limited. The service centers will serve as centralized hubs and offer a range of services tailored to meet the needs of logistic businesses and heavy-duty vehicles that transport goods in and out of the state. The services will include the provision of livestock health and agro-produce diagnostic centers to ensure that animals and food coming into the state are safe for consumption and comply with regulatory requirements. Second, provision of designated points where security officials can check and ensure that arms and other dangerous goods are not imported into the state. 3, provision of weigh stations to ensure that trucks and heavy-duty vehicles coming into our state are not overweight, thereby damaging both major and intrastate roads, which were not designated to carry such weights. Provision of complementary services to drivers where they can take convenience breaks and also refuel their vehicles. 5, deter industrial waste transportation across our state by introducing sanctions and penalties. Most of you already understand the implication of trucks carrying industrial waste from one state to the other state and dumping it there. And we have seen instances of industrial waste being dumped by our waterways and polluting, contaminating our water sources for our citizens. We will no longer tolerate that. Number 6, ensuring that the haulage of industrial goods, minerals, comply with environmental standards. And this here has to deal with all our solid minerals. We have to make sure that environmental standards are being adhered to. 7, provision of ancillary services such as vehicle maintenance to reduce road traffic congestions due to breakdown of heavy-duty trucks. Most of you that are Enugu State citizens, you know that in the past couple of weeks, we have been dealing with heavy trucks breaking down inside our roads, causing accidents, loss of lives. And I'm sure the union members here, you will agree that this is not a good thing for us. So meanwhile, the state government is collaborating with various stakeholders, including the security, the Deputy Commissioner for Police is here, the PRO is here. This in line with the Commissioner for Police's conversation with me yesterday will be shared amongst your platform to all the stations. The DPOs will get this announcement because we're in partnership with them. The same with the military, with my conversation with the garrison commander, civil defense. So we're all going to work together and the task force from the state. All right, and we're also engaging with the traditional rulers. We have met with the Igwes earlier on, and this is the second time they are being represented here as custodians of our local environment to also talk to our youths and make sure that they are not cajoled into participating in this illegality. We don't have local government chairmen now, but we are working through the HPMs and the management at local government level to ensure that this directive is being adhered to across the board, effective immediately. Once again, the press statement serves as a stern warning to those who erect all manner of structures or collect service tolls outside the service centers. As such, defaulters will be prosecuted in accordance with the law of the land. Thank you so much. Hoping that we achieve to create a feedback loop that gives us information in real time. That's also why the DPOs across all the locations are involved in this through their commissioners at the center meaning the capital. And what we're going to do is we have patterns. We already have intelligence on hotspots where we have a prevalence of these activities. Those places we are going to focus strongly on. So what we don't want to do is to do a knee-jerk or an arbitrary intervention. We have data supporting where we know people usually will be embarked on this level of disobedience. So we are ready in those aspects. Well, our preference is that we do not have any violence. Our preference is that we don't have people intentionally disobeying to overstretch our security apparatus. But in the event that it happens, we have a feedback loop that is built into the process. And we'll share all that information across the board at local government levels and across the police departments for citizens to call in and let us know if they're noticing any form of disobedience to this, and for the Nigerian road transport workers and their partners to also let us know when they see people that are involved in this. So that's a very good question. The way people are able to now call in when they notice that something is out of sorts. Thank you. That's unstructured approach to recharging money and forcing all sorts of levies with fake receipts across the board. So we're going to ensure that there are no cash collections. That's what the service centers will do, because once you eliminate cash collection, you pretty much cut off corruption significantly. So the whole idea is that all collections go straight into our IGR account, and that the people that we're in partnership with, that the payment structure is clear. But the key thing is that state government will now get the resource that they need to get, because they primarily will be responsible for maintenance of those roads, not the union, not anybody. We pay for those roads, and they're getting expensive. We need to streamline and stop corruption. But more important, as investors come into the state and bring their products, they don't want to feel like if they're sending goods to Enugu, that the charge in Enugu is 3-4 times more because we have all sorts of collection points. But the same good going to Cross River or going to Akwa Ibom is cheaper than somewhere that is nearer because of all this illegality that's going on. And the third thing is the loss of lives that can come when people refuse to pay. There's always this violence and all going on, putting a lot of pressure on our security forces to deal with situations that we should ab initio not deal with if we had set a structure. So we are all aligned, and that's why we're here for the stakeholders. This is an organic process. We'll continue to work it till we get to a model that is perfect. But that perfect model must include people. That's why we brought all of you here to witness this and be part of this. And hear the governor's declaration about any other collection points. Spread it amongst your team. The Commissioner for Police and his team and the rest that are involved and responsible for civil disobedience and addressing any form of illegality will be quick to prosecute. And our department, our Ministry of Justice is ready to make sure that these people are charged to court as we speak. So we are very clear we want to do this in a peaceful way, but we're also ready in the event that people want to test the resolve of government.
I'm very happy because I'm a traditional ruler in Enugu metropolis, and we know what we are suffering from that road and the image that is creating to the state government. We have a government that understands the people's yearns, and we are very happy to hear from the government today that they are against touting on the roads, because from my own area, let me say, you see a lot of people standing on the road with sticks. I don't know, in the day, they will turn to tax collector, in the night, it might be another thing. But today, government has taken positions, and the traditional rulers of Enugu State will comply with positions of the government to make sure that the touting is no longer within our area, because formerly we thought it's something that government permitted, but today we know that government is against such program.